Hello world, I'm Chris Pirillo, and you've tuned into another live edition of the Locker Room Daily Report, or TLDR for short. It's about an hour's worth of me, Chris Pirillo, and I'm very happy to be here with you live. If you are watching live, if you're not watching live, well then chances are you're not one of my patrons. You can become a patron by heading over to chrispirillo.com to get the full hour's worth of TLDR. Today's topic, 3 reasons why Kylo Ren scares me more, or is more frightening to me, than Darth Vader. I wanted to talk about this. This is something that has been weighing heavily on my mind. Given that I collect Darth Vader things. That is not the reason why I find Kylo Ren more menacing, by the way, than Darth Vader. Why he frightens me more. Some people may be shocked to hear this, but I know I'm not the only one who feels this way, and I'm going to explain that. After that, I'm going to be moving into today's Pirillo picks. Can't wait. I'm excited. I've been waiting for a week. It's been sitting inside the box. See, I try to spread things out. A different Pirillo Picks video every weekday. And then after that, I'll be answering tech questions with the community, geek questions as well. And then after that, in TLDR, I'm going to be covering today's tech news and geek news in general. Again, you can get all of TLDR and the things that you want from me by heading over to chrispirillo.com and becoming a patron. If you think I'm speaking fast, it's because I am currently amped up on 2 cups of coffee. That's average for me. Yeah, that's a big deal. So keep that in mind. I'm wired. I'm ready to go. I'm kind of wireless. This is being streamed wirelessly, so I'm wired wirelessly. That's how I work. Okay, the topic: Kylo Ren, Darth Vader. Now, if you haven't seen The Force Awakens yet, there is seriously something wrong with you, because it's been out for a while. Kylo Ren is this new character, just introduced to us, and obviously has a backstory that ties him directly to, in a bloodline, directly to Darth Vader. But one of the reasons Kylo Ren scares me is because he's young. It's the first reason. Young! Now, I know, if you're younger than Kylo Ren, probably, in your teens, he's older to you, but I'm older than Kylo Ren. I am absolutely older than Kylo Ren. And I know this for a fact. This is true. And I'm 40 years old. Very old. That scares me. Because young people, and I'm not saying this applies to you, but generally speaking, young people don't necessarily have as much experience as those who are older. And so it's the inexperience of youth that frightens me with this villain, because he's not fully fleshed out. And the thing that I've always said is, you as a human being are different than you were 10 years ago. This is true. But if you are absolutely the same as you were 10 years ago, that frightens me more than if you change, because people change. And characters, of course, will change and evolve. But when you're younger, sometimes you're a different person than you will be when you're older, because you lack experience, for the most part. And I believe that bleeds through in Kylo Ren's character, and that scares me. Why? Because he's untrained. That's the second reason. What do you mean he's untrained? Wait, he's fighting with the lightsaber. He knows this is the master of the Knights of Ren. No. Remember, Snoke said, "Bring Kylo Ren to me." He said this to General Hux, so I can complete his training. He's not fully fleshed out. That scares me. I mean, it's like, woo, because, it's one thing when a villain is fleshed out. That is the villain. You're getting that villain, right? Darth Vader, when we see Darth Vader in A New Hope, that was it. Darth Vader was fleshed out. We knew exactly what he was. He was not, that was it. He had reached peak Darth Vader, peak maturity. But when you're dealing with someone who's immature, who's not fully fleshed out, they could be erratic, potentially petulant, and that's exactly what Kylo Ren was. That's the best word to use to describe him. That's kind of like reason number 3, he scares me. He's just petulant. But that's not bad. I mean, it's part of what makes his character so believable, what makes him so different from Darth Vader. So anybody who says, well, he's Darth Vader, no. That is a completely uninformed reaction to Kylo Ren as a character. He's like almost the opposite of Darth Vader. In fact, Darth Vader, he's aspiring to be as great as Darth Vader, even in his own head, which is scary. Because those people who twist reality to fit their vision are scary people. People do this all the time, though. Like real people, not just characters in movies. So he's young, he's untrained, he's petulant, he's erratic. You don't know what Kylo Ren are you going to get today. We don't know. Yeah, it's the best scene. Well, one of the best. Well, he had a lot of good scenes, but when he was getting very angry when the droid stole a freighter. No, he had help from FN 2187 Finn. He slashes. He takes his lightsaber. Very very angry, throwing a fit. And it's like whoa. But then when he pauses and then he says, "Anything else?" That is scary. That frightens me. Dude, it's like, you don't know what Kylo Ren you're going to get, right? It's like, oh God, is he done? Is he done? Is he done? I wouldn't want to be around that. Would you? No. Some people are, though. Some people date people like that. Young people. Now, if you're an older person, you're still acting like that, you got some big problems. Just saying, that's a different kind of scary. But it's the erratic nature, it's his petulant nature, it's his youth. Number one, it makes him dramatically different as a character, as a villain. It makes him scarier to me. It does, because it's all those things combined. The amalgamation of all of those traits create a menacing character, someone that frightens me more than a character that's already been fleshed out, that is fully mature. Peak Vader. That's the Vader we get, peak Vader, and that's why he's scarier to me. So I'll go one level deeper. Apart from saying young, petulant, untrained, erratic, the fact that he shows his face. I've gotten 5 reasons why he scares me. He shows his face. Now, why is that more menacing than someone who hides their face? Because it's showing his arrogance. There's another good word that Kylo Ren is, that Darth Vader might be, but Darth Vader's arrogance comes from experience. In that, this is Darth Vader. You don't mess with Darth Vader. Like, he knows what's going on. Kylo Ren's still kind of not really sure who he is. He's still young, right? You don't really know who you are at that stage, and he doesn't. He doesn't know who he is yet. That's the whole part of the arc of Kylo Ren within The Force Awakens. He just doesn't know who he is yet, which is frightening. Because this guy's got power. He's got power. Oh, it's scary. It frightens me. I'm going to say it. So at this stage, I'm going to pull over my iPad Pro, which I reviewed this week. Finally, I'm setting it on top of today's Pirillo picks. Going to angle it such that you can't see the reflection of the lights there. To give the credit to some of the people who deserve the credit, since they are supporting me on a daily basis. These are some of my patrons. I had one guy, he emailed me because we send out the Locker Room newsletter every day, and he says, you keep sending out newsletters with Star Wars stuff. How do I fix this? Or I'm not interested in Star Wars. How do I fix this? And I said, well, get interested in it. What do you want me to say? I mean, it plays very well into kind of, I'm not saying I'm a villain. I'm not saying I'm Darth Vader or Kylo Ren at all. Some people may view me as such. They've got a twisted sense of reality, but I am definitely not the same person I was 5 years ago. I'm not interested in the same things that I might have been, 5 years ago. There's actually a news story that was published today, and I'm going to be talking about this later on in TLDR, suggesting that smartphones are no longer interesting. I'm like, I know, because everyone has one. Not everybody has their thoughts fleshed out about Kylo Ren and Darth Vader, though. I do, because this is something that I'd so much rather talk about. I could spend all day. In fact, in many cases, I do spend all day talking about Star Wars stuff. So the way to fix it is becoming interested in it. But you've got to do that yourself. I can lead a bantha to water, but I cannot make it drink. That is not power that I have inside me. The fact that all these things combine with Kylo Ren, to me, it flies in the face of what some people are claiming, that he's Darth Vader. I'm like, no, you don't get it. You really don't get it. Like, you don't even need to think that hard to recognize the massive differences between Kylo Ren and Darth Vader. I like Kylo Ren's design. I believe he uses the mask differently, has to use the mask differently than Darth Vader uses the mask. Obviously, Darth Vader has the breathing apparatus, and Kylo Ren doesn't need it. But still, showing the arrogance and showing the human side sometimes makes things more frightening, makes things more real. And could be seen one way or another. I can make the argument that it makes Kylo Ren more menacing or not menacing. Why is it flipping weird at the end? This is very strange. It's wigging out. Why is it wigging out? Why is it doing this? This is freaking me out, man. I think it's possessed. My iPad is possessed. You heard it here first. It's possessed. I don't know what the hell's going on there. That's bad. I'm going to fix it. I think Kylo Ren did not want me talking about him or something. I don't know what was going on there. That was pretty bad. Software glitches. What are you going to do? Okay. I'm going to move on to today's Pirillo picks and then answer questions from the community of patrons. And then after that, talk about today's geeky and tech news. There's plenty of it to cover. That, of course, I reserve just for the patrons and the people who are supporting me directly. Not everybody does, so not everybody gets all of Chris Pirillo. That's just the way it's going to be. I can't. What do you want me to do? I can't do anything about it. I can't change that as a reality. But you can. Head over to chrispirillo.com and become a patron. Today's free podcast highlight was brought to you by all of my active patrons from chrispirillo.com. If you want access to the full TLDR episodes, both audio, video, past, present, and future, which can be up to an hour long or longer, with even more tech insight from me every weekday, plus other bonus content without ads, and support me at the same time, you can sign up to become one of my supernomies too. This is just a brief taste of what I'm producing for you daily. Again, get more through chrispirillo.com.